I am so happy that you are joining me for this video because today I will share with you my 2021 planner. I will also share with you my bullet journal because I did end the year using a bullet journal. So if you are planning on using either the bullet journal system or the Wonderland 222 planner for next year, I hope you find some ideas in this video. I stopped using this planner in October because I wanted to try out something new and see if it would stick for the new year. So I haven't opened this planner since then. So it will be definitely fun to flip with you and just go back and see the year. Okay, so this is a B6 Wonderland 222 planner. I have it covered with paper, and I have a cover from IMovie ink, and this floral one is from my Etsy shop. So I like to keep it in a clear cover just to protect the actual book. But when I am using it, I do keep everything in a leather cover. So when I open my planner, here is a picture of my family. So I like to open it up and just be inspired by them. And then as you can see, I just keep, random sticky notes. So I like to always have a place that I can just open up whatever planner I'm using, and it's kind of like an inbox, brain dump, scratchy paper thing. So then I tried out here to do a key, and it worked out, but I really don't need a key because I know what everything means already. I've been using the same key for my tasks, my important events, and using the same type of stickers for a very long time, so I really don't need to write this out. And then here, I think that I was just, it's in pencil, but I think that I was just trying to see how I would use the key in the new year. Same thing here. It just says, 2022 index. So it's just an example. If I were to try indexing, I've never used an index in my planner, so I really don't know if this is going to transition into the new year, but we will see. I think I might just need maybe a smaller version of an index and not like a whole spread for index. Next, I have here the 4-year spread, and I really didn't do anything with it. I was going to use it for homeschooling and important events, but then I just started marking off the months that have passed, and then I stopped. So I don't know. This is just, it's always a work in progress to kind of figure out what works for you. So here is where you can see how I really experimented with this new layout. And the first half of the year, I used it to track my workout, my cycle, and my headaches. But then I wanted to also be able to do some kind of faith tracking in here. So for the second half, I decided to start tracking the Bible verses that I was reading. And I just planned them ahead of time because my church does release online a Bible study plan. So that is what I did. So I would just pre-plan, I would just write these down ahead of time, and then the circles, the dot stickers, just mean that I did do that reading. So if I didn't mark them with a sticker, that means that I didn't do my reading for that day. And then here I just tracked the books that I was reading for our Mommyhood Bible study. And then as you can see here, October, I didn't track anything because I moved into my bullet journal. Here, this is a layout that the Wonderland has, and it is a quarterly layout. I really didn't know how to use it at the beginning, but I ended up using it. I did try it out for faith planning. It didn't work out. And I ended up using it just kind of like a wellness and health tracker. So I would mark down the days that I worked out and just any important notes that had to do with our family's health. And then this is October. I did not use it at all. Next, we go into the routine tracker. So I really love the way that this routine tracker is laid out, and I am actually going to bring into 2022 a tracker, and it really worked out for me. I was never a monthly tracker. I would always track my habits in my weekly layout, but because the Wonderland had it as a monthly, I really gave it a shot and it works great. So I am really happy to continue doing that for 2022. And I started this planner in April, but I really didn't get the groove until the summer. So I did experiment with some color here and I did not like it. I really like to just use the gray marker. And then for June, I really liked this spread. It gave me a clear view of the things that I was tracking and how I was doing in each area. So it really worked for me. And then you can see here in July and August that I kept going. I started using in August Sterling ink stickers. Crazy to think that I had no idea that she existed until August. So I am really happy that I found Catherine's shop in Sterling Ink because I will be definitely using these in 2022. And the reason is because she does release monthly themes. So every month it's completely different, but it's cohesive. So I will be using this in my 2022 planner because that just helps me have kind of like a pre-plan of the stickers that I'm gonna use, and it guarantees that my planner will look cohesive throughout the whole year. So here again, October, mid-October is when I stopped using this planner and I moved into the bullet journal. If you're not familiar with the Wonderland, it does have the same layout throughout the whole planner where it has the November review and then the next month overview. So the past month review and then the month that's gonna start the overview, and then it has the monthly and then the weeklies attached together. So I have reviewed and I've talked about the Wonderland 222 planner a lot here on my channel, so I will link a few of those videos below if you're new to Wonderland and you want to just kind of see a little bit more into detail. I'm not going to do that in this video. It's going to be more a flip so you can just see how I'm using it. So I started off dividing each month with a dashboard. These dashboards are from my Etsy shop and I decided to print it out on paper first, but then I quickly realized that if I was going to do that for every single month, it was gonna make my planner super chunky and I didn't want that. So then I quickly realized that and decided to just do my monthly dividers or dashboards in vellum. So that's what I finished out doing for the rest of the year. And then here, January, I just divided the months, and then I did do a little bit of back planning when I moved into this planner in the monthlies only, just so I could have the important events. I'm sorry if I'm gonna flip through some of my spreads super fast, but there's sensitive information, so you know, gotta keep some level of privacy. So I didn't plan in the weeklies, but like I mentioned before, I did do some pre-planning in the monthlies. Then February, and then again, quick back plan, and then nothing in the weeklies. And this goes on through, I want to say March, I think even April. So yeah, I think April is when I started playing around with weekly because I completely stopped using my ring planner. And then I did do a little bit of journaling. So I was going to use it, I was gonna use it at the same time as I was going to use my ring planner, but then I really wanted to just use one planner, and that is something that's been really big for me, even when choosing a system for 2022, is just figuring out a planner that I will be able to house everything in my life. So I did dabble a little bit into journaling, as you can see here. But then I realized, nope, ring planner is not gonna work out for me. And this is where I start using the Wonderland as my one and only planner. So I did, whenever you start a new planner, you have to experiment. And I did experiment a lot in the Wonderland at the beginning. I wanted to just see what stickers I wanted to use, how I wanted to use each of the sections in the planner. And I started using the May overview as like an overall goals tracker or big event tracker, but it really didn't work out. So I did track my goals here and then big events here. That didn't stick for the next month and it did not work out at all. Oh, something that I did start doing here and that I will continue over for 2022 is just writing out little highlights of the month on this section of my monthly. And then I kept going with journaling, but it didn't stick. So I started with just using it as my everything planner. And this is what my planner looks like really throughout the whole year. I love vertical planning. I realized that I really need to see my whole week on a 2 weekly spread, and also I need to see it vertically. Since I started using a planner, I've been a vertical planner. I started with the Happy Planner and I used the vertical planner, and the fact that the Wonderland has hours, it's just a plus for me because I am able to actually plan my week in the hourly slots, and that helps me tremendously. I did use the top part of the Wonderland layout for priorities, for top threes, for just important things for the week, and then the bottom section are little mini to-do lists. I really didn't do the to-do lists like, for example, these are the things that need to get done on Monday. I kind of just did it as a rolling weekly to-do list. And by the end of the week, all I wanted is for all of my little to-do lists to be checked off. So that is how you will see that I use the weekly throughout my entire planner. And then here I started using some prompts that I found on YouTube, and I really liked it. So again, this is something that I will bring into my 2022 planning system, where I do a end of the month reflection. And this is for June. I did try to, again, just do another running task list and my goals, but that didn't work out, so I didn't use it for the following month. And here is my week. I love just flipping through the planner. It's just, I really do take this planner out and just flip through it. I feel that that is one of the great things about having a bookbound planner, is that it just really gives you the feel of flipping through a book of your life. And I actually heard the term life book on Raya's YouTube channel. I will link her channel below because she has been a huge inspiration for me. So I did hear the term life book, and that is a term that people have used in the Hobonichi community, and it really made sense to me. So it just means that You know, everything is contained in one book. And at the end of the year, this is how I interpret it. I mean, I don't know if this is the literal definition of a life book, but this is what it means to me. It just means that I am going to document my life in a book, and that is going to be my life book. And my life is not only doing laundry, is not only, you know, vacuuming and mopping and all the tasks that as a stay-at-home mom are on my to-do list. It also is, you know, the little things, my self-care lists, the things that I'm reading, the things that I'm thinking about, my journaling, my goals, my dreams, any activities that I want to do, just everything that is part of my life, my faith, my, you know, any things that are hard for me in that period of time. So I really, and of course my homeschooling, that I kind of see it as a job. So I am a homeschool mom, and that is my main priority during the week, and that just, you know, that's just a given for me in my planner. But, you know, I also like to document little snippets of our homeschooling, because that is a huge part of our life right now. So when she said that in that video, it really clicked for me. And that is when I think that I fell in love with Bookbound, and it made sense to me. So at the end of the year, you know, like I've mentioned before, my whole year will just be in one book. And that is something that I really wasn't finding in a ring planner, and or in any planner that really you're able to just move things around. But that doesn't mean that I will not have a ring planner in my system, because I do see the value in ring planners, and I do use one in my purse. So again, you know, for different areas of your life, different systems will work for you. So that was a flip of my monthlies and my weeklies. So now the back of the planner has just notes pages. And these notes pages, you can use them as daily pages, because let me find a blank one. I did use this a lot. So the Wonderland has blank notes or daily pages, and they're numbered 5 through 24 in military time. And it has a section here for the date. And then it's divided with a very faint line, so in half, and then here in quarters. You can use them as daily pages. You do not have enough to use a daily page every single day. So then that's when I started to really experiment with how I wanted to use this section of the planner. And I've used it different ways. So I've used it as a YouTube tracker. I've used it as daily planning. I used it as brain dump, as just random notes. So you can see that it really gives you the freedom to use it however you want. That is something that I will use in 2022, is just having a place in my planner where I can just use it however I need it that day, and it all will stay together. So I did also line a day, and let's see, is this another line a day? Yeah, this is the end of it. And then I started using it as rapid log, and I would just write down a running to-do list of things that I wanted to get done on that day. And I really liked this. This was inspired by Andrea over on Instagram, this layout, and it's super helpful and functional. So I did do it for a couple of weeks, and it worked great. Then I just documented our typical homeschool day, because like I said before, I didn't want this to just be to-dos, task, and get things done. I wanted it to just be a place where I could also, you know, reflect and have part of our day. That's when I started to journal. And then, let's see, what else? More social media. So this was just kind of playing around and seeing how I could incorporate collections. So just social media, like YouTube video ideas. I did have a plan to just write down here the releases in my Etsy shop, but that didn't stick. But the page looks pretty, right? I love these stickers from Paper Minty Studio, so I use them a lot in my planner. Same thing here. I wanted to do a collection of homeschool inspo. That didn't work, and I started to do a little planning journaling inspo, and I didn't keep going. But you know, I usually just save any inspiring posts in my Instagram. Again, more journaling, more rapid logging, and just to-dos. I have a lot of these pages on my Instagram, so you can see them. I've shared a few in the community section of this planner. So yeah, I'm sorry, not of this planner, of this channel. So yeah, so this is the Wonderland 222, how I used it for 2021. And now when I stopped using this planner, I jumped into bullet journaling. So this is gonna be fun because this is not your typical bullet journal. It really was, I really made a conscious effort to just not have any rules for this because I really wanted to try out bullet journaling. I didn't want it to be perfect. I didn't want it to look like someone else's. I wanted it to be my own style and to really give it a fair shot. So I did use it for October and half of November because I have stopped using it this last week in November, and I will share with you why. Not in this video, I'll share with you why in another video because I don't want this to be too long. But you will see all the pages that I did in here. Some of them are pages that made it onto Instagram because, you know, I was able to use them, and some are just pages where I just played with different ideas and was able to see what I wanted to use for the week. Okay, so this is a bullet journal with a collaboration with the Bullet Journal and LEUCHTTURM1917. Is it 1917? Yeah, 1917. It is the color Blush, and it is their second edition. And I also have like an initial thought of this, and I will link that as well. So as you can see here, I have the same, you know, setup, just sticky notes for quick random notes. Here, the bullet journal has already a key given to you that you can use. I have used this key before, so again, I didn't write out anything else. I just added a little heart for memories. So when I initially started using the bullet journal, I really wanted to use it as the creator, writer Carol, suggests, and I did read his book, The Bullet Journal Method, and I did want to implement it that way. But again, you know, what works for one may not work for others, and it didn't, like, strictly the bullet journal method didn't work for me. So I did try other things in here. I did here my future log. You know, this was a part of bullet journaling that was hard for me. It really didn't stick. I didn't have the habit of flipping back to the front of my bullet journal to write down, you know, the events that were happening that month. So I didn't really utilize it. And this is how I've set it up. You know, I just set it up using some stickers from Paper Panda, and I drew a line across. This is how, you know, writer Carol suggests that you use it, but it really didn't work for me. And then here is where October starts. So again, I did use the freebie from Sterling Ink to divide my my month, but I tried something different in November that I loved, and I will show you, and I will use what I did in November in my 2022 planner. Okay, so this is, you know, this is how he likes to use it in his bullet journal, writer Carol, and this form of monthly log did work. So I did use it like this, and this really worked for me. But then, as you can see here, I have a habit tracker that didn't work for me. So I did try something different in November. Same thing with here the monthly just brain dump. I like to have them in my weeklies. So that didn't work. And then here I just started doing rapid logging, and again just using the pages however I wanted them. This was kind of a brainstorm of my bullet journal system. And then here I started experimenting with layouts. I tried to do a vertical, kind of like similar to the bullet journal, to the Wonderland, but it really didn't work, so I just tried different things. I never ended up using this. This was gonna be meant for just rapid logging, and I loved these stickers from Sterling Ink. It's a shame that I never used it, but again, even though this bullet journal is just, you know, a bunch of everything in here, I will have, for 2022, I will have these two. So it is a very, you know, slim system. It does have the feel of being, you know, your story in a book. And even if, you know, honestly for 2022, I'm not gonna bullet journal. So even if bullet journal didn't stick for 2022, I really loved seeing even my planner, you know, journey and evolution in these two books. So again, just some other thoughts on why I really love a book bound. I tried to do here another layout and I didn't use it, but I did use this one. I loved how this one looked. I did here our homeschooling and my tasks, but that really didn't work for me. So I think I did try something different the next month. And this was just kind of, you know, scratchy, trying to do something for habit tracking, and it didn't work. So I have also a lot of blank pages. I tried to do you know, just like a little monthly, weekly decoration thing here. I wanted to do, again, rapid logging, but I don't know. I don't remember why I didn't end up using this. I tried here. Oh, I remember why. Because here's where I'm like, okay, I need to really figure out a way to make it so I can track everything here, and I can have my homeschooling and my to-do list in one spread. So that's what I did. This is for our homeschooling, and this is a running task list, more task lists here, and habit tracker. I liked the layout, but I didn't like all the colors. So that's when I started using it very simple, minimal, and I did share that spread in my community section. So if you want to see it in detail, you can see it there. Again, here, trying out habit trackers. I loved this habit tracker. So this is what I used for October, and I really, really liked it. Again, a lot of the, like for example, that habit tracker is not my my personal idea. You can find a lot of inspo for bullet journaling and for anything, just searching hashtags, and you'll find definitely a lot of inspiration and something that can work for you. Okay, so this is November. I did feel that in November I had, you know, a grip on how I wanted my bullet journal to look. And again, I did on this side here of the page, I did my journaling for my overview. And then here is where I did the N. So I loved how this turned out. It took me a long time, but it was really nice. It was really relaxing. I put on some music and just cut out every little sticker. Not, you know, some of them are little clusters of stickers, but then I drew out the N, and then I just stuck the stickers to the paper following the outline. These stickers are from Sterling Ink, and again, every sticker release, Catherine just outdoes herself, and you can't go wrong with her because look how beautiful they look. So all I did was, you know, I outlined the end, but her stickers just make anything beautiful. So I am gonna use this in my 2022 system to highlight like the beginning of a new month. And then here again, you know, my monthly monthly log and my habit tracker. So here is where I kind of fell off the bullet journaling wagon, and I wanted to really try and use a planner, like use the layout or the planner or the system that I was going to use in 2022. And as much as I loved bullet journaling, it was fun for, you know, a month and a half, a couple of months, but it wasn't going to be sustainable for a whole year. So, you know, as heartbroken as I was, I realized that I needed a set planner. And that's when I started searching, and I didn't use these. Again, it was a lot of fun to make. I'm not sure if these made it onto Instagram, but you know, not everything that you create has to make it online. So I did have a lot of fun making these spreads. And this, what was this? What was I trying out? I think that I was just trying out, again, trying to do rapid logging, but it didn't work. So yeah. Here, okay, so here again, you can see a little bit of the, not confusion, but just kind of like the experimenting on my layouts to see what I wanted to do. And yep, that didn't stick. I did draw out in pencil all of December because I did have all the intentions to finish out the year, but I did find my 2022 planner. So I started, you know, using something very similar that I will share with you guys soon. So this is all pencil, layouts drawn out in pencil. I even tried a Dutch door. I'm sure that with all the stickers, this would look really cool, but you know, this is how it's gonna be right now. So I ended out my bullet journal trying this layout, and this layout is inspired by the Paper Panda planner layout. I love that planner. I shared it on Instagram. I shared a flip through here. It is a gorgeous planner, but unfortunately the layout didn't work for me. So, you know, after doing kind of like my reflection on my planning system and what I want to get out of my planner for the next year, I realized that, you know, as much as I love the aesthetics of Paper Panda, her planner, it really isn't going to work for me. So that's when I discovered the planner that I'm going to use, and I did start using something very similar. So I have everything set up. I know this is a super tease. I'm not going to show it to you right now because if not, we will be here for another 30 minutes. And I do want to make a video sharing with you, you know, why I chose that planner, how I'm going to use it, and so on. So for this video, this is going to be it. You know, my Wonderland 222 planner and the bullet journal. So I am excited that, you know, for 2021, this is what's going to be on my shelf, and it looks really nice. So again, you know, I'm a huge lover of bookbound. I think that when it comes to a system, bookbound is planner piece for me. And then I'm able to just kind of, you know, switch around things depending on the season that I'm in. But I think that, you know, I don't know, at least for 2022, I am definitely going to be in a bookbound. Okay, you guys, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you liked this video. I hope I was able to share with you some useful information, some inspiration for your new planner setup. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Thanks again, guys, and I will catch you next time. Bye.